Hello everyone, and welcome to another drawing video. So, I've been drawing a lot of knots lately. No, not the kind that you tie your shoes with, but Norse knots. See, my students were studying the Vikings and they wanted to know, whoa, how do you make those? Those are really super cool. And actually, it's pretty easy. So easy, my cat can even help me. Can you hear her? Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make some pretty simple knot work. And this is a sort of drawing that anybody can do, and I say that being perfectly realistic and honest. I'm not even going to use a ruler, because why do you use a ruler if you can draw a square? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw some squares. Now I'm going to go with a grid. Oof. I'm going to do 3 by 4. And it doesn't really matter as long as you got your grid going there. And so you have parallel lines. There's a line here. I'm going to draw some lines down here. It's mostly square. It's square enough for my purposes. And we're going to extend out over here. Okay, so the reason that it doesn't really matter, and you can freehand this even though it's kind of wonky and wobbly, is we're gonna erase all of those lines anyway. So here's how you do it. And I know that there are a lot of videos on how to draw these Celtic knots, the super simple way. We're gonna go through this step by step just in case you haven't seen any of those yet. First, we're gonna draw circles in the center of each of our squares. We're going to try to line them up, make them all about the same. They're not too big, definitely not too small. I like to think of these as skateboard wheels, and you'll see why pretty soon. Alright, so now that we got all of those, next one is, everywhere these two lines are meet, that isn't a corner, we're going to draw another circle, same size, another skateboard wheel. So you should have 3 on the top, 4 on these two middle rows, and then 3 on the bottom, right? 1, 2, 3. Wow! Now I've got lots of circles and lots of squares. What do I do with all those? Aha, we're gonna make skateboards. Yeah, we actually are gonna make skateboards. Now imagine that these are wheels. Your skateboard is gonna go on top of the wheels. It doesn't go through the wheels. It doesn't go like over here, but okay, so we're going to draw some skateboards going inside this box. You see there's kind of a diamond that we've got here. So we're going to draw some skateboards inside here, but then we need to close it off and do some skateboards on this side. Okay, so this one is going to go here, this one's going to go here. If you wanted to start that way and have it go the other direction, it doesn't really matter. All you have to do is know that we're going to, wherever you have one, it cannot extend further than that. So this one can't go any further than that. It has to stop. And the only thing that can stop it is another skateboard. Okay? Then you're going to go through the whole grid doing these. Right? Don't worry about doing these on the top. If you don't have 4, 1, 2, 3, up, no 4. So, can't do that one. Go to the next one. You got another set of 4 here, another set of 4 here. Now, I'm just going to speed through this, and you can too. We're going to do some fixing later. Like, I know that this line doesn't go all the way through yet. We can fix that later. It's my later fixing technique. Right. All right, so we're almost done. Let's see, I got another set of 4 here and another set of 4 here. Whoa, that looks just like knots. Or at least it will in a few seconds. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take any of these corners and the edges, and we're just going to loop it around. This skateboard is going to come around, go inside the corner, and down here, and it's going to connect to this skateboard here. This one's going to go up and attach to this skateboard here. Do-de-doo, do-do-do-do-do. And if you don't like that particular shape, you can also make these like pointy in the corners, which I kind of like. So I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to do the pointy corners. You see a lot of videos on the circle corners. I'm going to do pointy. All right, here we're going to go to this skateboard. This one goes around to that skateboard. All the way around. And oh no, I didn't make that one pointy again. For shame. It's okay. That's what erasers are for. If it's not quite right, you can always fix it later. Alright, here, this one's going to go to that skateboard. And this one's going to go around here. Beautiful! We're done. Now all we got to do is erase all the crisscrosses. All those lines that you drew at the very beginning, we're going to erase all of them. Every single one of them. Clean the bridges is what I call it. Clean off those bridges. It's winter. You got these dark lines of snow. No, that doesn't make good sense. Just clean the bridges. We don't want any lines. All the lines go away. Right. Oops, this line's still here. Okay, so now I've got this huge, big thing of knotwork. How does it work? How does this work? Well, you're going to erase all these little things too. We're going to take some colors and we're going to trace through and see how they go. Because some of them end up, depending on the math of it, and I already told you I'm not very good at math, they'll go different directions. So I'm going to take my red, and we're going to start here, and I'm going to just kind of make a line that follows along. And I want to see just how far this goes, where does it go, and how many loops do we actually have here. My thought is that it might be, oops, ooh, should have cleaned this up a little bit before I did it. Yup, we got one loop. Look at this. Look at this guy. You're super cool. This means that we got one loop. Okay, so depending on how many nodes you have, how many of these you have in your grid, you could have like 1 or 2 or 3. You could have breaks in the middle. Okay, so there's my red. I'm going to trace this up a little bit and kind of fix these lines because they're not doing very well right now. They should really be connected. All your skateboards should be connected. I know that sounds really weird. But the other thing that you can do to fix this up really fast is to color in your circles and kind of make them squares. Okay, this is two things. First of all, it's going to clean it up a little bit, but it's also going to make it a little more obvious where your flaws are and how to fix them. So we're going to do this. And I think you're going to see the knot a lot better. Look at that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I think this is one of those things that, you know, once you learn how to do it, you're going to like draw it all over the place. And your math teacher is going to get angry and say, why did you do that? Then he's going to look at it and say, oh, that's super cool. Let's do a math project on how to do knots. Okay, my pencil just broke. Look at that. Oh. Okay. So that's how you do a Celtic knot, this kind. I'm going to come back and do another video later and show you how to do another kind. That's pretty cool too. Actually, these are really a lot of fun. You can do them in as backgrounds. They work really well as backgrounds in some of your other drawings. But I think that's all for now. Have fun drawing your knots. See you next time.